I think that what we're seeing now is with the advent of being able to have technology that really is able to, listen to a human voice, right? Able to understand what a human is saying, as well as having, the technology behind that to actually understand,
Right.
what is being said in the context of, an insurance claim. It's really enabled us to create some powerful solutions to solve some problems.
Hey Nick, hey Sai, welcome to this session.
Thank you.
So I've been waiting to do this for a long time. I know we have got some great products,
Absolutely, absolutely.
especially on the claims end with digital edge claims, right? And Nick, I know that you have been in this industry for a long time. You have seen the changes as it's happening. We are definitely at the cusp of one more change,
Oh
especially
yeah.
with AI coming in. Things are going to change.
Yes, yes.
And I know that we've been working hard to make sure that our platform is futuristic, AI ready, and there'll be a lot of initiatives. And certainly one of them is FNOL IVR, right? And we've been seeing a lot of traction of late from customers as well to get this onto our DC or digital edge claims platform. But overall, just wanted to know from you, because since you directly interact with a lot of our customers,
Yep.
like what's the main why are the customers going for it? What is the main pain areas for the customer? If we just elaborate on that, especially what's the need for an F1 IVR? And we've been having IVR for a long time, right? So what's changed now?
Yeah, I mean, I think you touched on a couple of very important things. We are seeing a very exciting point in time in our industry where I think that the technology, just in general, is evolving, right? And so we're able to come up with some really new and innovative products that are solving kind of problems that we've had for many years in our industry. I mean, you touched
Right,
on that we've had an IVR for plenty of time, where
right.
you ask question 1 through 10, and that's what it is, right? But
Yes,
I think that what we're seeing now is with the advent of being able to have technology that really is able to, listen to a human voice, right? Able to understand what a human is saying, as well as having, the technology behind that to actually understand,
right,
what is being said in the context of, an insurance claim. It's really enabled us to create some powerful solutions to solve some problems. And you asked me, what are some problems that we're solving? And I mean, there's a lot that we're solving, right? Just a couple that come to mind is, like in a call center, right, where people are calling in claims every day. I mean,
yes,
there's unique challenges there, because maybe there's a cat event, right, and the call volume's up, or maybe it's
right,
it's an after a holiday weekend, and
right.
like everybody comes back on a Tuesday, and there's a lot of calls, so you can't always plan for those things. And so, when you have a technology like this that can kind of take the overload, right, if the call volume gets too high, to be able to kind of offload some of that calls to the IVR, the FNOL IVR. It's really a powerful solution. And there's other use cases too. I mean, there's partners that they've maybe never had after hours reporting, right?
Right,
Call
right.
in and you just get a recording. Hey, sorry,
And
please
it
call
becomes
back.
expensive as well, right? To have,
Absolutely,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely. And I think that the truth is that sometimes it can be tough to find really good
Right.
intake people. And
True,
so
true.
when you have a solution like this that can kind of make the people you have even more effective, it's very powerful.
Yeah, I think as you rightly said, the solution should be such that it would augment human intelligence.
Absolutely.
I think that is what we are aiming for in terms of the AI that is coming into the fold. I know people mistake it by saying, okay, it's going to replace humans. But our goal in this journey, I think, is to have a solution that would augment human intelligence,
Yes.
be by the side in terms of the our workforce, in terms of providing that better customer experience for the end customers at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's absolutely been our mindset. We want the end result to a really quality claim to come in so that the human can kind of take over. And and have all the
Absolutely.
information they need. We don't want to create a situation where we're just having to, force the human to just eventually call back and redo the work, right?
Right.
So we want to
Absolutely.
make that person more effective, right? So when they pick up
Absolutely.
the claim, they have everything they need and they can start working the claim.
Yeah, yeah. More efficient way to handle operations than what we have.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
So Sai, just want to kind of speak with you. I know you've been working on this, especially from a technology standpoint. On and what has been your journey in terms of understanding the customer, what the customer is wanting, and how are we building this solution from a technology or the AI standpoint? So if you just
Yeah.
touch upon that, that
So we mainly use Azure. So all of our services, the call handling, our storage, everything's come from Azure. We also use their cognitive services to do speech translation. We are able to provide AI also through Azure.
Mhm.
So that gives us an extra data protection layer when
Right,
we are interacting with AI.
right,
So we write a bunch of context to really get the IVR to understand what we're trying to do here. So
right,
we wanted to know what an insured means when they say claimant. We wanted to understand this sort of technology, these sort of terms. So we write prompts to guide the LLM to get us all the information we need.
right.
And we ask our customers, what sort of information do you want to collect? So we have, say, a script that they want to follow, a few things that they want absolutely need to have to file that claim. So we have all of this. The customer can customize whatever they want. And we have language understanding. If you want to switch the voice of the IVR, we have those options. So all of this is done with Azure and Azure OpenAI. And we write prompts so that the IVR can understand what it needs to build the claim.
I think the one important thing that you touched upon related to AI is the data privacy part. Okay, I think what you mentioned makes a lot of sense because since it is within Azure and we have certainly a contractual agreement with Microsoft, it is also important that the data is secure
Yeah.
rather than it really going to back to the AI for training. I know this doesn't go to training. It's
Mhm.
just using the model, but the data stays with us. I think
Right.
that's also key to
Mhm.
ensuring that the data privacy is
Yeah.
maintained for our customers.
Mhm.
Yes, yes, that's great. And Nick, what do you think would be the impact of FNOL when we deploy these solutions? And I know we have few customers who already have these solutions. So, what do you think would be the impact for them as we are having more and more implementations for FNOL IVR? So, what do you think would be the
Yeah, one of the surprising things, at least to me, that's been a really big impact is I think we didn't quite understand that even when a human is calling in a claim and talking to another intake adjuster, there's a huge opportunity there to misunderstand each other, or
right?
maybe get flustered and leave things out, and even with the intake adjuster, even a great intake adjuster sometimes maybe doesn't ask a question they need to, or get a certain piece of information they probably can. And one really powerful part of this solution is that we've created a product so that it knows exactly what we need, right? It knows
Right,
exactly the information we're trying to get from the person on the phone. And so one of the impacts is really that we're getting a very high quality claim that's very complete. It has everything that we're really going after. So
right,
that's been a surprising impact to me that I think's been great. And obviously, we kind of touched on it before, but just having the flexibility to take claims in a different way. If you have some overflow, if you have some after hours, right? And then maybe there's certain claims like a glass claim or something that
right,
you don't want your intake users really having to spend a lot of time taking those claims. You can have the product take those claims for you, and it really frees people up to be more productive in other areas. So it has a really profound impact, with resourcing. So
and this solution, is it really tied to our digital edge claims, or it's a standalone solution we could deploy? Say somebody having some customers have a different platform, right?
yeah, absolutely,
Will it
absolutely.
work?
We designed this to be an independent product, right? So
Okay.
so it can absolutely work with any of the core systems that are out there. obviously, the system near and dear to our heart,
Right.
dispatch claims.
Right.
We've really highly integrated the solution to that, and we have some neat bells and whistles that come along with that. So
Right, right, right. And Sai, what's the roadmap look like now as we are kind of building this solution? And certainly, especially with AI, things evolve at a much faster pace. Before we know it, things have changed, right?
Mm.
So how do we intend to make this more current and with the times? And what's the process like in terms of AI, and like how do we keep it current? What's the roadmap like?
So when we started, we wanted to build something that took the bare bones. We wanted to just see what is absolutely needed in the claim and get the bare minimum. So if you say I was rear-ended by John Doe driving a
Mm-hmm.
Ford Explorer or something, we were able to create a claim. But we realized that we can let the user speak and we can gather so much more information.
Right.
And there's so much that we can automate on the back. So you have an entire accident description. No one has to sit through and look on a form which accident type or code is
Oh
perfect
yes,
for
yes,
that.
yeah.
They don't
That's
have
cool.
to manually see, okay, do I need to click this, check this? We have all of the information we need. We're able to deduce the type of violation that was issued and map it to the codes that we have on our end, and just able to automate so much that people spend time in just filling forms out. So I think the biggest roadmap change for us is how much information we can get from just a 4 or 5 minute call.
No, actually, yes. So I think filling information, I think that's something which needs to probably the AI takes care so that
Yeah.
the claims team can work on their core job function, right? In terms of adjusting the claims and
Mhm.
that's key too.
Yeah.
And for the organization, and certainly elevates the whole customer experience for their end customers per se as well.
Yeah.
So yes, I think this would be a great addition to our platform as we're building more and more agents um, within our digital edge claims platform. So yeah, looking forward to having this. Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
very excited
Absolutely.
about it.
Right. Same.